Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat malam teman-teman semua dimanapun Anda berada. Terima kasih telah bergabung kembali dengan saya Agus Setiawan Basuni, live dari Klaten, Jawa Tengah. Dan saat ini Anda sedang menyaksikan satu program. Tadi Anda menyaksikan WartaJazz Monday Lounge edisi Indonesia, dan kali ini kita dalam edisi perdana WartaJazz Monday Lounge edisi internasional bersama teman saya dari Jerman. Sebentar lagi saya akan sapa dia, namanya Fabia Mantwill. So, good evening everybody. Thank you for joining us. For those who are accessing this through the YouTube and also Instagram. This is the weekly program. It's called WartaJazz Monday Lounge and dedicated to promote any jazz artists around the world who just released their new single, EP, or albums. So now together with us is our friend Fabia Mantwill, live from Germany. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. Thanks for inviting me.
So you are live from Berlin?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. I just mentioned to my viewers that we're just having the Indonesian version, which is started at the 8 p.m. And tonight, this is actually the first edition for the international. I was supposed to have two guests, but the other guy decided to postpone because other technical matters. So before we talking about the works that we're going to play later on this session, perhaps you could introduce yourself and then explain a little bit about what you were doing, in jazz and in music in general.
Okay, sure. So yeah, I'm a saxophone player. I live in Berlin in Germany, and I'm also a vocalist and composer and arranger. And I found my own orchestra, which is a 24-piece orchestra, combining a string orchestra and a large ensemble, like a jazz large ensemble, like a small big band, basically. And so I found this end of 2016, and we just recorded our debut album last year. And this year we released the album under the title EM.PERIENCE. And this group is called Fabia Mantwill Orchestra. And it also features some amazing guests, such as guitarist Kurt Rosenwinkel, Wendel and Nils Landgren, trombone player from Sweden. And so this is what kind of kept me busy during the Corona times last year. It was actually really great to have a project like this, which is really fulfilling and also musically, like just a dream come true for me. And so we recorded 8 tracks total, 9 tracks with like one kind of split. And really happy to be here. I'm really happy to introduce the album to you guys. And ask me any question you want to know.
Sure. Of course, for those who are just joining this program, we only have like 30 minutes to introduce the artist and the music, and of course we're gonna play one track from the as I mentioned, either single or EP or albums. The idea is make more curiosity among the jazz lovers, especially in Indonesia, but of course because you can also watch this from anywhere with your mobile phones or your laptop or your computer. You can always enjoy the conversation that we have. Okay, you call this album EM.PERIENCE. Any specific ideas why you call this that title?
Yeah, so EM.PERIENCE is a fantasy word which consists of 2 words. On one side, it's experience, and on the other side, it's empathy, and also it has something empirical, like from like watching and observing. And the concept of my music, and especially also of this album, is that I wanted to write songs and compositions based on experiences and inspirations I got during the past 10 years. I've been doing a lot of traveling, and I kind of brought back all these musical ideas and inspirations and memories that I kind of felt I really wanted to put into music and share them through my language. And that was the reason I decided to write for a chamber jazz big band orchestra and also find this orchestra. Yeah, so each song is kind of dedicated to a certain time in my life, or to a certain moment, a certain emotion, or even a certain country, like a certain specific place in the world. And this goes from Tanzania, goes on to Scotland, to the French part, Switzerland. Yeah, so there's a lot of places in the world that kind of inspired me, and I brought back some music, some culture, and yeah, put it into this album.
Okay, it's quite interesting that you feature some of the best, I would say, names in jazz, and these are the young cats, sort of important names that appearing in many jazz festivals, especially also in Europe, I would say. Kurt Rosenwinkel and Nils Landgren has been performing in Indonesia, and it is quite interesting that one of the guy that you also invite is Mark of the EYM trio. This also has been invited 2019, exactly before the pandemic. So
he sends love, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. So the question is, how actually you form your orchestra? I mean, is it coming from like the same college, or?
It's kind of a mixture. I mean, certainly there's been a lot of people that I encountered during my time studying in Berlin and Hamburg. But also there's a couple of musicians that I just really met on tour, or just like in the music scene. And I really, I just really adore the musicality, the creativity, and they just really inspire me the way they play music and think music. So I really wanted to have them to be part of this orchestra, and I just asked them, and there we are. They said yes, and we recorded the album.
Okay, and then how many tracks actually in this EM.PERIENCE album?
How many people, you say?
How many tracks that you recorded?
Okay, yeah, so it's 8 tracks in total. On the album we have 9 tracks because we kind of divided one track into 2 sections, 2 pieces, like an opening piece and the main piece. But it's like 8 full songs, almost like 8 to 10 minutes each.
All right, and then yeah, we come to this track that we're gonna play later on. Mm-hmm. It is what does it call? Sasa, ndio, Sasa.
Exactly. So this is Swahili, and it means to be. Yeah. So this is also inspired by a time I had in Tanzania. So that's why it's in Swahili, and the song is about seeing life positively, and I think it's something that we, especially lately, in the past 1 to 1.5 experience, to like kind of really stay positive, have a good mindset, and take responsibility to make each day special. And yeah, so this is the song about, and it translates, Sasa and Sasa translates into here and now.
Okay, and then this one is feature Kurt Rosenwinkel, yeah?
Exactly, yeah.
And what did you exactly wanted Kurt to be part of this one? And is there any specific things that you really like from him? I mean, technically playing or something like that.
I mean, honestly, Kurt is just like a huge inspiration and an amazing musician. Like just his sound, the way he plays melody, and the way he feels the piece is just so unique. And I just really, it's like this feeling that you have as a musician, that you feel like, okay, this song is needs him in this song. Like kind of, it's just this connection that I felt that he would really fit together with his song. And I mean, he played an insane solo on this one. Yeah, so I guess guess it was right. The right pick.
Okay. Is there any challenge during the recording this album?
I mean, of course. I mean, we recorded this album in the middle of Corona. We were kind of lucky that it was set between the two major lockdowns we had in Germany. So that kind of helped that things loosened up a bit. And then exactly the day, I think 2 days after we finished the last recording day, whole Germany was locked down again. So we were like really, really fingers crossed, really lucky. And I'm really grateful it was possible. But I mean, there were some challenges on the way, of course, like for instance, the engineer and the producer of the album with me, he called me the day before the first recording session and he said, Fabia, I have bad news for you. And I was like, what's that? And he's like, well, I'm a contact person, so I have to go do a test and I cannot come into the studio tomorrow. And probably for the first 3 days, I have to stay home. And we're like, okay, let's just, try to figure out a way. And we kind of had him online coming in, giving him the sound signal. He was sitting back home in his own studio. So we kind of made it work, but it was like, it really needed a lot of spontaneous decision making. And yeah, but it did work out and I'm really glad.
Then, yeah, I mean, the corona, of course, changing many people's life. Not just considering that those who are in somehow, I lose my words to say, it's just seeing that how this is impactful to a lot of people in a different perspective or different level of living. But how is the situation in Germany right now, in particular Berlin?
Well, summer is always a good period. So at the moment, things are opening up. I mean, it's still like very restricted, and the cultural events, like all the concerts and all these kind of things, I guess are the last that open up. It's kind of getting a bit more normal these days, but I really feel that, of course, it has changed us. It has, done something to each of us in a very individual way. And I think every one of us was very challenged in this time and still is to the day. We had our first big release concert last month, end of June, at a festival which Nils Landgren is curating. It's called Jazz Baltica. It's a beautiful festival. Wait a second. Lost these guys. It's a beautiful festival, and it was open air, and it was like the first concert for most of the musicians in the orchestra. It was the big release party. It was with a full orchestra, 24 people, and it was a really touching and emotional moment. A lot of people from the audience came to us afterwards. It was like this very special and even, I would say, intimate feeling of connecting through live music and experiencing music, because it's just a different story if you're actually on stage and the people are in front of you and they feel what you feel, and there's this interaction of energies, of music, of this, all this specific things that make music so beautiful, and this specific moment that we love to share. And it's kind of, I mean, for me personally, there's a couple of concerts coming up, mostly with a smaller ensemble with my quintet. Unluckily, it's really hard to have the opportunity to play with a full orchestra because it's, restriction-wise, it's kind of tricky. But I mean, we stay positive and patient as well, and just hope that hopefully in the next few months or this next year, we can come back to more of a normal life and play more.
Okay, all right. So everyone who just joining us in YouTube or Instagram, this is the conversation with Fabia Mantwill, a saxophonist from Berlin, Germany, about her new albums. EM.PERIENCE, which is also featuring Kurt Rosenwinkel, Wendel and Nils Landgren, together with his with her orchestra. Before we continue, let's enjoy the music from Fabia Mantwill. So here they are. Sasa, ndio, Sasa. Enjoy. Wow, what incredible views that we do have there. The very nice landscape. And did you take that during your visit to Tanzania?
I'm gonna unmute myself. All these shots that you saw from Tanzania, mainly it was all shots that I took actually back when I was there, which was 2012, I think. And I mean, back then I didn't know that we ever going to use them in the music video, but it kind of, it's my very personal moments and experiences that I had over there, and I really felt like I wanted to share part of this world, what I saw through the song, and of course also through the imagery.
Yeah, definitely. It's a reflect from the song and the moment that you share the music with the people. It's almost like being there, just seeing the picture and the way you sing, and and all
Thank
the
you so
music
much.
flows and things like that. I think you must be missed that moment, especially during these challenging times. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it's also for me. It was really important to take part of what I experiences and what I felt doing those travels, and take them to the audience here or even internationally, but just like to the audience. And I think especially in a time like now, it's even more important to share those very special emotional experiences. And that's why it was also the decision to release the album now, even though we are still in the middle of Corona. But I thought it was really important to show that we're here and we're still making music, and we are up and running and willing to share. And as soon as we can play live, we will play live.
Yeah, I think it is a very positive tone that we hear from you, that you could share this, and this becoming like the perfect moment to share the experience while we are just being told just to stay at home, to limit your proximity from the people, to basically avoiding being infected by the virus. It's almost half an hour now. It's time flies, and that's
true.
just how the way we works with the WartaJazz Mandela. So thank you very much for everybody who joining with us. I see there are some of our regulars who checking out in Instagram. I didn't check the YouTube, but I guess they were gonna make some comments later on. I wanted to ask you this question. That's so how was your feeling finally releasing this album, and also having the ability, because I don't think everybody had this luxury to have an orchestra and put that into an album, especially during these challenging times.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a few years of preparing this, and also setting the orchestra together. I mean, this takes a lot of effort, time, finances as well. It needs a lot of support in any kind of ways, and that's why it took some years for it to make it possible for me. But I'm just really glad, and I'm just so grateful for the opportunity that we now had the chance last year to come together, to play all the music, to kind of make it in this full picture of this album. And the album is not only a musical journey, but the album also consists really intense booklets with drawings from the Italian artist who draw a hand drawing for each track of the album. So I wanted to provide something which is a wholesome experience, and which gives the audience and the listener the opportunity to see what I saw from very different angles, and to experience the music not only through their ears but also visually. And so we released as a CD and as a double vinyl, with both of them have this booklet in both German and English. And yeah, it's really truly, as I said, a dream coming true, and I'm just really happy that we finally were able to do that.
Okay. For those who are interested to enjoy the booklet, as you mentioned, what should they do?
So they can purchase the album anywhere they can find it. And also it's on my website, fabiamantwill.com, and also on Bandcamp. Of course, it's also uploaded on all the digital platforms there. But if you want to have the physical copy, I mean, I can show it for a second. This is how it looks like, the vinyl, and then it unfolds into this double page with 2 vinyls and this book.
Nice.
I think probably the most convenient is Bandcamp, I'd say.
All right. So we're finally reaching out our end of the show. Unfortunately, I would like to talk more, but maybe some other time. So before we go, perhaps you would like to say something for any jazz lovers in Indonesia or perhaps the world.
Sorry, I didn't get the last bit. What did you say?
Yeah, for the jazz lovers in Indonesia and also perhaps the world outside Indonesia.
I mean, I'm just really, really happy to have been part of this and to share the music. I really hope that one day we can enjoy this music live together and just keep playing music. Is it jazz or anything else? But music is really a healing force, and this is something that I really experienced, especially last year. So yeah, just keep playing music and have fun, and you know, see the in life. Try to stay positive.
So that is Fabia Mantwill, saxophonist live from Berlin, Germany. My name Agus Setiawan Basuni. Terima kasih buat teman-teman yang udah join, yang mungkin belum sempat berkomentar karena ini memang program perdana dari WartaJazz Monday Lounge edisi internasional. Sekali lagi terima kasih dan kita ketemu lagi minggu depan. So we see you again next week, same time, with any other musicians from around the world who releasing their new work. So thank you very much. Agus Setiawan Basuni here.